Imagine being in a foreign city and meeting somebody so special that it makes you reconsider what you're doing with your life. Well, Sofia's Coppola's Lost in Translation focuses on a movie star played by Bill Murray who goes to Tokyo, and he's there for work, to do business, to do commercials. He's an actor, of course, but he's at his in a lounge in his hotel, and he encounters a woman, Scarlett. And she is much younger than he is. She's played by Scarlett Johansson. She's married to a photographer who's also there. And anyway, they're at obviously different points of their lives, but they're both at a station, so to speak. Just imagine being on a train, and the train is your life, the direction you're going. But you arrive at a station, and you have a pause. You're able to stop and sort of think about where you're going, where you've been, and whether you want to stay on this train or not. I mean, so that's, in a sense, even though there's a big age difference, they both are at a point where they are looking at their lives and saying, okay, is this what I want? And they share a connection. They go around town, and by the way, Tokyo in of itself, the city is a character. Okay, it's pretty cool. I love what Sofia did with Tokyo, making it being a real character. Anyway, they have a lot of different experiences, conversations. She asks him about marriage and life, and he gives answers, but it's really interesting, excuse me, watching their interaction. Also, really not just words they're saying, just really in this movie, how characters look at one another. For example, Scarlett Johansson's character, Charlotte, she's with her husband when her husband runs into this actress, played by Anna Faris. I forgot she was even in this movie. And you could tell that there's some flirtation, some chemistry between her husband and Anna Faris. And just watching Scarlett Johansson look at the woman, look at Anna Faris in that scene is really fascinating. But anyway, the chemistry between Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson is pretty awesome. It really makes the movie. If they didn't have chemistry, it obviously wouldn't really work. And this is one of my favorite movies that came out around the turn of the 20th century or 21st century or whatever, at the beginning of the 21st century. So yeah, Lost in Translation, definitely worth checking out. It's kind of hard to define their relationship. You know, it's sort of like an emotional affair. That's how I view it, because Bill's character is married too. He has kids at home, and you know he's just on autopilot in life. And meeting this woman, seeing their interaction, it's really cool. It's just, you can tell that he's wondering, okay, maybe I should be doing something different, or maybe I should go a different route. But you know, it's like meeting a stranger at a train station or airport and hitting off with the person, and just a really good connection. I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely give it a shot if you haven't seen it. Best Original Screenplay, Academy Award winner. Well, yeah, I can see that. I didn't even know it won that, but pretty good movie, worth checking out. Lost in Translation. All right, I want to talk about this blind purchase. I bought this movie at a pawn shop for a couple bucks. Michael Clayton, and starring George Clooney. And I was really impressed with this. This guy, George Clooney, plays a lawyer who's really a fixer. He used to be a trial attorney, but he wants to be something like a trial attorney, but he's stuck functioning at his law firm as a fixer. But one of his colleagues, also another lawyer, is handling a major case, litigation case, and there's a plaintiffs that are suing for like $3 billion. So there's a lot of money on the line. Well, the guy loses it. Well, at least it appears that he lost it, or maybe he had a crisis of conscience. For whatever reason, that guy becomes a problem, and he becomes a problem that Michael Clayton has to really fix. Michael Clayton, he's also in a situation where he's got some money issues of his own, and that puts pressure on him to make certain decisions. But watching this fixer operate and watching certain people within the firm take action, pretty extreme action. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's definitely a thriller, a gripping thriller. That's what it says. Well, yeah, I agree. It really held my attention, to say the least. This is a good blind buy. I'm definitely gonna keep this in the collection for sure. So if you get a chance on streaming or whatever, check it out. So yeah, overall, man, I give like Lost in Translation like a 8.5 out of 10. I give Michael Clayton a solid 7.5. Both really good movies, worth checking out.